our own blockchain, and we're entering now with this launch event to the tokenization market.
زنيق هي عبارة عن منصة تكنولوجيا بلوكتشين.
How many of you are familiar with blockchain technology?
So I'm very happy that we have this announcement, and tokenization is a huge field. You're taking a real asset and you're making it digital, and this is what we are doing.
So what is art? What is creativity?
Welcome to the Safir Global and Zeniq Technologies presentation. I really am I'm ready to blast off. I mean, I have to keep myself really at a certain pace so that I don't fly through the information and jump right into some of the hot points that really got my attention. So, you know, if I do start going a little fast, then just know I'm excited because I've been there. And I'm not going to elaborate too much because I do want to get to part 2 of this presentation. So this is a disclaimer. I think everybody knows when we're doing these presentations, we got to make sure that we let you know, look, I'm not a financial advisor, not certified to tell you exactly where to put your money and how much money and what to do with your money. That's something that you determine. But what I am qualified to do is provide this information to you. And I have a few years of experience in this area. So at least I feel comfortable at least delivering information. And today that's what you're going to get. I'm going to deliver information to you. We're going to talk a little bit about minting of coins. We're going to talk about forecasting on the price of the coin. We're going to talk about value, and we're going to talk about income. And so all these are potential things that could happen. And therefore it should not be taken as a call to action. Any decisions on the use of these materials should be made independently. That means you make your decision to do what you want with your money. Safir Global, Zeniq Technologies, and OCS International Investment Bank. These are the trifecta, the triad, however you want to look at it. These are 3 that have come together to really give us an amazing opportunity. You have Zeniq, which is the next generation of crypto and fiat payments, seamless fiat and crypto ecosystem for finance and investments. What we found out, and I love to nail this home because a lot of times on social media and all over, you'll see people saying what Zeniq is and what it's not. Well, guess what? At the event in Dubai, they made it very clear. Zeniq is a research and development company registered in the UAE. Blockchain-based services is what they provide research and development on. So that's why Safir Global comes along as the marketing arm that has exclusive rights to distribute those blockchain-based services for Zeniq Technologies. OCS Investment Bank is exactly what it says, in that International Investment Bank. They are ones that have taken on Zeniq Technologies as a client to support them financially and support them with their expertise to help them be more profitable and long-term. These are the guys that are behind really getting Zeniq Technologies off the ground. And we'll talk a little bit more about them in part 2 when I talk a little bit about some of the information we got from the event. What is the mission? So Safir Global says, connecting traditional banking and crypto in one system where people can build a viable business and create a sustainable income by using the Zeniq platform. Zeniq Technologies, which is a fintech enterprise, similar to a PayPal or BitPay or Google Pay, Apple Pay, these type of things, right? These are some fintech enterprises. They want to be, and pretty much on road to be, the next generation of crypto and fiat payments, creating a seamless fiat and crypto ecosystem for finance and investments. They are actually putting us in position to enter with them the multi-trillion-dollar market, which we call tokenization. And you'll learn a lot more about that here shortly. when I talk about these companies, of course, I had to add this slide. Now, obviously, you may be saying, it says Dubai. What does that have to do with anything? Has everything to do with this particular business, because all three of those companies are located in Dubai. And Dubai, if you've seen anything on technology, it is considered the blockchain city or the blockchain hub of the world. Yes, Silicon Valley is doing its thing for IT in the US, and pretty much across the globe, that seems to be kind of the hot thing when it comes to IT and things like that. Well, guess what? When it comes to blockchain technology, Dubai is the location of choice. There are crypto and blockchain type access, as well as what you call it, open source activity that goes on in places like Switzerland, which is great, but nobody has taken it to the level that Dubai has. And hey, you know what? That's one side of Dubai. The other part is, within the last 50 years, Dubai went from sand to skyscrapers. And now they're probably the most popular vacation destination in the world. And that's within 50 years. Come on, there's countries that we all live in that's been around for longer than 50 years, and people come sometime. But Dubai, that's like right up at the top of the list. And just in 50 years, they've created a metropolis of places that people can go, have a good time, and pretty much be who you are. And now they've stepped it up again, and boom, become the blockchain city or the blockchain hub of the world. They were designated as one of the first smart cities. And if you know anything about the technology, then you'll understand, you know, when you get into the 5G and emerging technologies like quantum computing and blockchain technology is really the kind of the mother of all of that, then you'll know that that's pretty special to be dubbed as one of the first smart cities pretty much in the world. And they have incubators for that. And even Erwin Doctor, the CEO of Zeniq Technologies, talked about when they were doing their launch for the tokenization at the Burj Khalifa, he talked about their first year was all about an incubator, you know, creating their business, you know, basically creating use cases for their amazing blockchain that they were going to creating use cases for the decentralized exchange so they would get it right. And so by the time May 2021 came around, they got their license and they were good to go. So definitely a right place to be, the right time to be there. I'm Rasheed Hill, like I said. I don't like, obviously I don't like talking about myself, but I just want you to know that, yes, I have some background in blockchain technology. I also started a business called Next Era Learning, e-learning for the next normal. And I do a lot of upskilling, new skilling, and reskilling for people to really take, you know, assessment of their skill set and see if it applies in the fourth industrial revolution. Are you going to survive, or is your current skill set going to take you where you want to go? And so a lot of times we either stay in that job, we stay in that industry, we stay in that lane, or we opt to do what we're doing right now. We take an alternate approach to building our financial future. And today we're going to give you that alternate approach. So my thing is not about what I've done, but your assessment of me is, can he take me to where I want to be? That's really the assessment that I want to deliver to you today. What is our opportunity? Zeniq Technologies is developing the first fiat crypto currency financial Zeniq hub. They've combined their asset exchange platform with the strong cryptocurrency and a modern mobile fiat banking system supporting their seamless network. Zeniq Technologies provides you the opportunity, and me the opportunity, to invest in products and projects in the early stage to enjoy strong profits and tokenize assets to increase your investment or return on investment. No recruiting is required in the passive income piece of this opportunity. And I'm gonna tell you, when you start to understand more of the information that I'm presenting to you throughout the time we're together, you're gonna see that the majority of this is about the customer. You can become a customer. You don't have to recruit, but you can obviously build amazing wealth with that piece of it, literally with that one side of it. But if you want to 10x your income, obviously you want to look at the other side called the active income. What are we going to really get into today? We're going to talk about a full circle solution. We're going to talk about the three companies the ones that we mentioned at the beginning. We're going to talk about why Zeniq. You always want to know why you're doing what you're doing. You want to know, why am I going to be, marketing for Zeniq Technologies? What is it about that company that really has me passionate about going out and talking to people and letting them know how amazing this is? Passive and active opportunity. We're going to talk about passive income. We're going to talk about active income. Zeniq coin listing. We're going to talk about Zeniq decentralized exchange, blockchain, and app. Zeniq Hub 01 and the nodes that make it so important, tokenized projects, and strategic partnerships. So when we talk about Zeniq Technologies, we're really about answers and solutions, right? When they're talking about R&D, that means that their whole mission is to figure out, here's a problem, let me find a solution. And so while they're doing that research and development, they've come up with, one, the best blockchain in the world, two, are the fastest and the best blockchain in the world. I know I'm a little partial, but that's what I believe. Then you have the nodes. So they're creating a network. And so they have created a way that they can take the lead. They found a gap in the blockchain space that nobody else had really maximized, and that was tokenization. And so when we look at this opportunity, I wanted you to look at it in kind of this lens. One, why Zeniq, right? When you hear the information about Zeniq Technologies and what they're doing, and you see how they're separating themselves from everything else that you've seen, then take that opportunity and say, this is why, right? You can pinpoint, when you see the information, why Zeniq, right? To you, personal, very personal. What is it about the company that you're presented with that moves you, right? And then, so that information will be provided. So I'm going to give you information about the coins. I'm going to talk about the decentralized exchange. I'm going to talk about, the different developments that are coming within the tokenization piece. And there's new companies that have come on board as strategic partners or collaboration partners as well. And so it's just going to be on and on and on. I mean, these guys have totally changed the game when it comes to blockchain and emerging technologies. We're going to talk about asset accumulation for everybody. Everybody means everybody. Doesn't matter if you're a customer, if you're a promoter, independent business owner, independent rep, however you want to put it, affiliate. You can actually, accumulate coins, the Zeniq coin, because you took the step and signed up as a customer. That's it. You signed up. It's just like, same thing. You when you invest in a company, you buy stock, you sit back, and the dividends roll in. It's pretty much that simple. But let me give you how that takes place. Decentralized exchange, minimal fees. Right now, they're saying about 0.01 euro coin is what they're thinking would be the charge. So yeah, that's unheard of in the industry. Then you have the $1 trillion market called tokenization. So when we talk about tokenization, you're probably like, no problem. That'll be cleared up in just a second. So I want you to keep those things in mind while we go through the presentation. Yes, this is a physical office, the Zeniq Technologies, right there in Dubai, International Financial Center, Daymac Park Towers. So the address is there, the location is there. You can obviously make that trip. If you have somebody in Dubai, have them go by and take a look at it. And you have the Safir Global office is it's over in the Jumeirah Lake Towers, which is one of the nicest areas. And it is in cluster C in the Fortune Towers, which is literally right to the right as soon as you drive up. So definitely something that you want to have somebody check out if if you're feeling a certain way. When I first signed up, I didn't have a problem with it because I knew the person wasn't bringing me no mess, and I'm very grateful for being introduced to this opportunity. This is a location. So yeah, like I said, I took some pictures, just for myself really, but anybody that wants to know, if you're in Dubai, then hey, look for the Fortune Tower. When you get inside, you have the Safir, symbol right there, and you can go on up to the door, open it up, bam. It's all right there. When you walk in, you'll see the Safir sign. You won't see all these pictures when you walk in, but you will see that sign because it's literally right through when you walk in the door, it's right there. But just because I did, I created this slide deck literally for Eddie. But You have to the right, myself with the CEO, Abu Zinjal for Safir Global, and you have the top earner, Thomas, right there to the right. And then Asker is right in the middle. He is actually, I mean, his presentations are amazing. And Eddie, top leader in the UK, is there to the left with me. So really, really exciting times there in Dubai. OCS International Investment Bank, they have been leaders for some time in this particular area of banking. They are, like I said, in Dubai. And like I said, the website's there if you want to check them out. One of the most important pieces, I think, of this slide is to know that, one, I've never seen it in my whole, network marketing career, that an actual investment bank would get involved with any type of direct sales or network marketing company, but at the same time, taking it to another level, got involved with a blockchain-based services company. Really, really powerful. They must have seen something that made them say, I want to be part of that. I don't want to miss out on that. And I have videos on YouTube that show interviews between Zeniq Technologies CEO and the CEO of the OCS Investment Bank. So you can see that they actually are legitimately working together. But OCS did take Zeniq Technologies on as a client, and they have invested with their money into this particular organization. The private crypto fund there you see, they actually already have a private crypto fund. So they already understand the crypto space, right? They have actual traders from Forex and crypto on the team. So this is not, something to take lightly. This is very powerful in the big picture of any company. If you know a company out there that's in the network marketing space, trading crypto or Forex, that has an actual investment bank that's supporting them, please let me know, because I haven't seen one. So those are some of the key aspects of that particular company and its collaboration. And so you have these financial partners, which is your, OCS Investment Bank. Then you have more strategic partners that we're going to talk about now. Safir Global is a strategic partner for Zeniq Technologies. OCS is a strategic partner for Zeniq Technologies, but they're more the marketing and the financial piece. Now you actually have the influencers that come into the picture. And I think you would appreciate influencers being a critical part of moving your company forward. Because when you have influencers, these are people that are not in the business and really don't have any real interest until somebody says, this is what it is. And for them to get involved, to have a strategic partner that gets involved, that's an influencer, their brand, their name, their everything is at stake. So you would believe that if the royal family is a strategic partner with Zeniq Technologies, then they know what they're looking at. They understand why they're involved, So, and I say that emphatically because when you're on YouTube, when you're on Facebook and, all these social media platforms, you always have people that want to find a way to discredit information because they don't know. So if you're out there and you're flipping through Google and you see something about, oh, that's not true, that's not even real. Well, I guess the first question would be, who is the author of that information? One. Two, are they in the business and have they been in Dubai? Have they talked to Erwin Doctor? Have they talked to Michael Offner? Have they talked to Suleiman? Have they had that conversation with Rasheed? No. Therefore, how do they even know, right? So that's why, I get pretty passionate about the fact that truth is truth, right? And so for me, I didn't have to go there to figure this out. I've been in the Middle East for 11 years. I've done business in the Middle East. So I understand when you walk into a room and they offer you tea and you sit down and I'm doing customs. I'm trying to move cargo across the border and we're talking. When you look on the wall, I don't care what country you're in the Middle East, you're going to see the sheikh, you're going to see the royal family, you're going to see that is the influencer. Therefore, this is not a game. You don't get, one of the sheikhs to come to your event and you're presenting, this partnership. No, that's not fake. So just want y'all to know, when people kind of throw that out there, that's legit. That's like really legit. But it's powerful in the sense of, why would Royal Family be engaged in an enterprise, a company in their country, like that one out of all the companies? Why this one? Well, one, they have the advanced blockchain-based product and services, and they're helping the government of Dubai put their particular operations on the blockchain. And they said by the end of 2022, this is what Dr. Michael Offner said, by the end of 2022, they will, and their plan is to have 50% of the government operations on the blockchain. They've already been awarded for being a smart city, whereas basically everything talks to everything, right? When you go to the restaurant, everywhere, no menu is there, right? You have to QR code, you have to scan the menu. That's just part of it. And if you can get it to come up, which most time I couldn't, but if you get the scan to come up, you can order everything right there. That order goes straight in and the cook knows exactly what you're getting. Yes, there's a waitress there, but that information is already transmitted to the back. That's just part of the smart city, right? Is making everything happen like that. Everything talking to everything. So it's pretty powerful strategic partner right there. In addition to that strategic partner, we have two new tokenization partners. So the tokenization piece is taking a physical business, physical asset, physical entity, so to speak, or operations, and putting it on a blockchain. And there's a process called tokenization in order to make that happen. And so we have Avinoc, which is one of our new partners, and we have Tupan, which is another new strategic partner. There's a lot more information about what each one does, but I wanted to just give you and highlight that these are two new strategic partners that have taken on the Zeniq blockchain, taken their operations from their own blockchain, Wave and Ethereum, and they opted to come work with Zeniq Technologies blockchain because, well, obviously it had to be more attractive for them to move from Wave and Ethereum in order to work with Zeniq blockchain. So this was just announced in October, and the full, operation and how we'll be able to market it and all that good stuff will happen between December and January. So right now we are in such an amazing position because the benefit of having additional contracts or additional strategic partners on the Zeniq blockchain, it directly impacts the coin and the coin holders' dividends or return on investment. And you'll definitely understand that here in a few seconds. Zeniq's blockchain, talk about the blockchain. Why am I talking about it so amazingly? Because Zeniq's blockchain is 50,000 times faster than any blockchain out there. So that's one. And you may not understand what blockchain means, or you may not even heard the term, but if you have heard it, then I'm going to give you a little information. I can't give you all of it, but give you just a little information that applies to why Zeniq blockchain is so powerful. One, they have a decentralized exchange they're creating on the Zeniq blockchain. When you compare the Zeniq blockchain and the Zeniq decentralized exchange to Uniswap, which is on Ethereum's blockchain, or PancakeSwap, which is on Binance smart chain, and then you have Tron has their own blockchain, and so many others out there, then you start to kind of think about, well, what's the difference here? Well, if you go on a Uniswap, you're only going to find Ethereum or ERC20 type tokens on there that you can exchange between each other. If you go to Binance Smart Chain, which is your PancakeSwap, you're only going to find BNB type tokens that you can swap between the two. Tron, the same thing. There are none that actually make it easy for you to go between those blockchains. Well, not saying that it's not possible, because it is possible to take a Zeniq coin from a Zeniq blockchain, wrap it in an ERC20 wrapping, and swap it on the Ethereum blockchain. Yes, you can do that, but there's cost involved with that. And if you've ever tried, and believe me, we've had a lot of people that tried and got very frustrated because Zeniq allows you to do it, but the process from MetaMask all the way into the Uniswap and to get the actual liquidity and the minting of that particular coin or token is very, very challenging. But It's possible. It's just that it's not something that we recommend, and it's very costly. What Zeniq has done is created an actual exchange that should be available mid 2022. And that on their exchange, you're going to be able to swap and exchange all blockchain coins, tokens, digital assets, in addition to tokenization assets. Anything that can be put on a blockchain will be able to be exchanged on the Zeniq exchange. Fascinating information. So you'll see a little bit more about the Zeniq Swap, Zeniq Smart Chain, and Zeniq Exchange as we talk throughout the day. But yes, this is a real decentralized exchange with no wrapping required to swap your coins and tokens on our platform. Just, yeah, if you know the magnitude of that, yeah, it'd be quite mind-blowing. And there's more to it, but I kind of want to move into the rest of it, and I'll talk a little bit more about the part that you're not hearing yet. Blockchain will be bigger than the internet, says the CEO of Binance. Powerful. And I think he knows a little bit about blockchain technology, having the largest crypto exchange pretty much in the world. So very powerful. I know most of you probably know about Binance, because if you're international, then using Binance is kind of the exchange of choice. I used to use it until they kind of shut us out in the US, and they created a Binance US, which I've never used. Coinbase is a pretty popular one in the US, and I think the UK is starting to use that as well. But yeah, as you can see, there's a multitude of companies and organizations that use blockchain technology in some form or fashion. Most of the time when you say blockchain, a lot of people think about banking and finance. Well, as you can tell, blockchain is definitely beyond banking and finance. Very powerful in pretty much any industry. So when we talk about Zeniq technologies, you really can't have that conversation without the Zeniq Hub 01. The Zeniq Hub 01 is literally the launch pad for the company. This is what they created because nobody out there made it this easy for people to enter into blockchain technology, decentralized finance, and simplified it in a way that it was in one device that you can just push a few buttons and you're in the game making money. They literally changed the game with this device. This device, we'll talk a little bit more about it as far as how you can purchase it, the cost, and all those good things in a minute. But it is literally the gateway into, and the easiest gateway basically into crypto investing. Some of the information, I mean, you can kind of read that if you like. The one thing I really want to highlight is the Zeniq Hub has its own master node, right? So if you're printing money for the US government or any government, I guess, you have these master plates, right? Those master plates, there's only one set of those plates. And so you know that those plates make it original. Well, guess what? The master node is your master plate, right? So think about that. If you have control of the master node, you have a lot of control over what happens beyond that. And they've given an opportunity. There's a few thousand that are available. And so, yeah, if I open up that can of worms, there are people want to know how many hubs are available. And so when we get into that conversation, and I'll try to mention that if somebody just throws it out as a question later on, I'll talk to the hub issue and how many are left, how many have been sold. There's some different things that you have to know in order to get the right number. And we've heard a lot of different numbers. So like I said, I don't want to go into that right now, but yeah, somebody that's been in the business for a little bit and you kind of want to, get some information about the hubs and the how many and all that, then I'm happy to have that, discussion because I've gotten a little more information about it. So we can talk about that in a few minutes. The minting. So one of the things that before I joined, yes, crypto trading, bot trading, hodling, just buying and holding, that was popular. But the minting aspect was more of a decentralized finance piece. Or when you got into the decentralized exchanges, you needed to understand liquidity and minting. And I just really hadn't jumped in there yet. So one of the things that I did was when I was talking to my business partner that introduced it to me, we were both asking the questions like, what is minting? And like, how does that factor in? And so we were doing research and we were like, oh my gosh, this is like the next level. And so it was so powerful that if you're trying to do decentralized finance, investing and loans, it's a very, very challenging thing. It's profitable, but it's very challenging. What Zeniq did is they took the Zeniq hub and simplified the whole process. And I was like, boom, I'm in, right? It's amazing. They simplified everything. And so that's what you'll find with the company. There's a lot of information leading up, but after you are in, it's a very simple process to earn commissions with this organization. Additional masternodes are available or possible. Zeniq coin can be used on many platforms or tokens. So there's a Zeniq coin and there's Zeniq tokens, just so you know. So those terms are different. Okay. So when we talk about the Zeniq hub, we're going to definitely talk about the coin. So the Zeniq coin is centered to this operation. I always like to say the company, right? It's not a coin company, but the company has a coin. So you got to be very careful on this aspect of it, because some people sell the coin. That's cool. That's totally up to you. But you got to support all that information when you're trying to sell the company as a coin, because the company is bigger than the coin. Definitely can say that. But there is an actual coin that's listed on Uniswap. And just recently, we found out it's listed on PancakeSwap. And so we have a limited amount, which is 600 million coins will be made. So if anybody throws another number out there, let it go. Go in one ear, go out the other ear. The coins have huge potential, absolutely. And why do they have huge potential? One, because of the halving process, because you're minting coins on a continuous basis, one-time pay, continuous minting. You got the weekly profit distribution based on the Zeniq exchange and the commissions off of that. And you have the tokenization of Zeniq projects and so many other things that we haven't even explored yet, but you'll hear about them here in the part 2. So why? When I say when the coin has huge potential, you just found out why. Halving process, the weekly profit distribution from the exchange, the tokenization, and so many more projects and products that are coming along. That's why the coin value is increasing and will continue to increase. Yes, Uniswap and PancakeSwap. Bam. You can now find us on PancakeSwap. If you haven't been around, when it first hit PancakeSwap, it was amazing. They opened the door and the first number we saw was $1.07. Now, since this time, probably over the last 2 weeks, I probably had, this is the most asked question. Why is the coin on Uniswap for 40 cents and why is it on PancakeSwap for $1.07? Well, keep that in mind. And if you have that question, we'll talk about it later. But it is true. We're on Uniswap and PancakeSwap and looking to be on additional exchanges as the volume grows. All right. So that's kind of how that works. And Zeniq exchange. So like I said, I'll talk a little bit more about this. The main point, because I've already given you information about the blockchain and the exchange and how those things work. The only thing left to tell you is on the exchange, one, we have the best exchange rates. Some will have free transfers. There will be absolutely low fees when using the Zeniq coin. If you use Binance, which like I say, most people use Binance, you know, when you use a Binance coin, that Binance coin helps you to get rewards. It helps to keep the fees low and it's easy to transfer. Well, guess what? Think about the Zeniq exchange being a mirror of the Binance exchange when it comes to functionality. Now, if you put that into perspective, just so you can really kind of get an idea of where the excitement comes from when we talk about the exchange alone, with the Binance exchange, you only have a Binance coin and you have an exchange and you have a great marketing, operation, right? You have some very smart people that created a very good platform and everybody benefited from that for a period of time and they came at a really good time. Well, guess what? Zeniq Technologies said, okay, you know what, we can do that. And we're going to add tokenization and we're going to add every digital asset that you can imagine. You're going to allow everybody to jump on there. It's going to be beyond Binance, Tron, Cardano, Bitcoin blockchain, Ethereum blockchain. It's going to be beyond all of that. Whereas we're going to allow everybody to play in this pool. Wow. So if Binance Coin and Binance Exchange can produce a coin that goes from $37 in January to over $600 in May, I think that it would be safe to say that the Zeniq coin on the Zeniq exchange can do a similar, because I can't say it's going to go to $600 in 4 months. Not Rasheed, can't say it because I cannot give you that type of guarantee. But what I can give you is, here's an example that has much less support, but increased tremendously. Yes, it has worldwide acceptance and so on and so forth. You're absolutely right. So if you think that that might not really be a good example, let me give you, this is all passive income, by the way, that the commissions that come off the Zeniq exchange will be passive income for coin holders. So when you become a customer, we're not even talking about the promoter side. We're not talking about the actual recommender. We're talking just say, I want to put some money in and I want to get, my coin package and I want to sit back and let that grow. This is the part I'm talking about right now. And I think you can value this information. So on that Zeniq exchange, if you don't want to equate it to Binance, let's say you say, I don't know about that. Binance is a centralized exchange. They're really big. Their coin went to $600 because of their marketing pretty much. Well, let's take it to something more similar, because this is a decentralized exchange that Zeniq is creating. PancakeSwap, Uniswap, these are the largest exchanges out there on the decentralized side. Uniswap is doing over $100 billion. PancakeSwap is doing over $100 billion. Let's say it takes 12 months for Zeniq to hit the top 10 in exchanges, right? And the top two are doing over 100 billion. Let's say it takes a year to get to that. By this time next year, would it be okay that you would get 100% commission and fees from the Zeniq exchange for all the trading going on the platform? You're not trading, you're benefiting from the trading activity, fees, and commissions because you're a coin holder. And compare that to the decentralized exchanges that are out there that's not even doing close to what Zeniq Technologies is doing with their exchange. Do you think that we can get some gains from $100 billion trading operation on the Zeniq exchange this time next year? That's the question I want to leave with you. The Zeniq app, real-time Safir accounting and monitoring, the crypto and fiat payments. You have a point of sale activity where right now the developments and the features are being upgraded in the Zeniq app. So yes, right now it's a multi-coin wallet. It has some value, preparing you for all of the different things that's coming. In the new information, the actual app is going to allow you to do Zeniq Swap. It's going to allow you to do something called Reshape, where you can actually switch and exchange coins and tokens in the app. If you know anything about Exodus or Trust Wallet, or even in Coinbase, where they got Convert, where you can exchange, like I said, between Bitcoin and USDT, or Ethereum and, which I wouldn't recommend, but just so you know, Ethereum and Tron, you can do that right there on the app. Well, guess what? Your Zeniq coins, and I know people are just like, oh my gosh, why are you saying this? We want to use Uniswap and pay all these fees. No, you don't. Go to the Zeniq, when they get the Zeniq app, running with all the new features that they have presented to us at the event, then you'll be able to get your actual Zeniq coins minted directly to your app. And when they hit your coin wallet on your app, and you want to exchange those with Bitcoin or Litecoin or Dogecoin, if you want, you can do that right there on the app. You don't need to struggle through the wrapping and swapping and all that craziness. You can do that right on the app. Man, that's powerful. Or you can take any of those coins that you have in your app, right? Your coin wallet on your app, And if you get to a store, and this is somewhere in the future, I can't tell you it's going to happen tomorrow, but you can go and do like Apple Pay or, you know, Google Pay, whatever it is, and you tap it at point of sale, boom, it makes a payment in whatever that currency is, and you're good to go because you didn't have to swap or wrap your coins in order to use them. You actually are using them just like you use fiat currency today. That's what the app is all about. Tell you, Zeniq Technologies is taking it to a whole nother level. Yes, another, not another, another. Tokenization. I think I've talked about this pretty much, but just to recap, tokenization is taking physical assets and putting them on a blockchain in a digital format. That's a process called tokenization. That's the simple way to explain it. Another way to explain it is, let's say, for instance, you want to raise funds for your company. And we have Avinoc and we have Tupan as our tokenization projects in Zeniq Technologies. And so if let's say for Avinoc, for instance, they're a private jet based booking system. And so that booking system, yes, they're going to be operating through with cryptocurrency, so on and so forth, but you can actually purchase their tokens, purchase their coins. And what Zeniq Technologies has done is given us an opportunity, us or anybody, to be able to purchase those coins, obviously at a very low rate, and grow with the company. So what happens is when you make that purchase, then obviously they're going to make, you know, they're going to raise funds to continue doing business. And so that's really the simplest way that tokenization works. There are a lot of variables to this, but that's just a really, you know, raising funds is one way. And now we have tokenization partners that have come onto the Zeniq blockchain. We're able to invest into those as well. And we get a return on that through a staking process that you'll hear about here shortly as well. So yeah, the benefit is there. Forecasted to be a $24 trillion market by 2027. Really, most people say that nobody really knows the value. We think that 24 trillion is conservative when it comes to the volume of opportunities that tokenization has presented. So just know one thing, the takeaway of this slide is you can make a lot of money, commissions, or opportunities to invest in very new projects with this part of the Safir Global and Zeniq Technologies program. That's really the takeaway. In your back office, as a member in your back office, you can find out all the information you want about tokenization, plus a whole lot more. Safir International, they have, or Safir Global has internal communications. So this is something that they added to the back office. And I just wanted to highlight that in the event last week or 2 weeks ago, they actually gave us a little insight to what was coming as far as updates and changes to the back office. And so in the back office, you can see that it has events and webinars, news and tips, and it has a new support ticket. So all you have to do is look at your menu. You'll see that it has the events and webinars there. And down at the bottom, it's got the new support ticket, and you can go ahead and utilize that instead of instead of your first thing is like, let me contact my upline and ask them about why my coins are 1 today and 15 tomorrow, or 15 today and 1 tomorrow. You can send a support ticket and have them tell you exactly what your upline told you last time. All right, there you go. So Rasheed, yes, that was interesting. Some was exciting. But you know what? As much as I like you, I want to know how I can get started. Absolutely. This is the perfect time for that. As you can tell, there are a multitude of nice objects on this page, but I really want you to focus on the Zeniq Hub 01, Housing Hub 01, and then let's proceed through that information. The first one you see is the Zeniq Hub. Looks like a little tablet. That tablet has amazing operations for your whole business. So if anything you want to invest in through the Safir Global program, the Zeniq coins, the tokenization projects, the decentralized exchange, multi-coin wallet, high level of security is built in to this whole program. All of that is right there in that wallet, in that device. But the most important thing is you're going to get coins minted, not mined, minted into your back office on a continuous basis. So you can start with, let's say this Zeniq Hub 01, 1998 euro. That includes a physical device. Everything else is not a physical device. Just so you know, that's a physical device. Everything else is online in your back office, so on and so forth. Now, while you're waiting for your Zeniq Hub 01 to show up on your doorstep, you can access it through the computer, your PC, your mobile phone, wherever. So you're not waiting and not being able to access anything. Yes, you still have your account and you can access through the Safir.com website. But when you do get your device, you'll be able to go ahead and connect those together and things will work just as great as they should. Now, every one of these that you see on the right side, the full hubs will have the minting power of a master node or more, master node or more. The fractional shares are fractional hubs, 1/32, 1/16, 1/8, 1/4, and 1/2 do not have a full node, and for obvious reasons. But you can start your investment at $14.98. That is what I recommend. $14.98. If you're in this business to make money, if you're in this business to make long-term wealth, then this is where my particular understanding of the process of wealth building, this is where I recommend you start. If you decide that that's just not, working for your budget, then you have the availability of the 100 to the 800 euro packages that you can purchase. I don't want anybody to feel that they can't get in the game because you don't want to miss out. Every day, the coins are being minted. Every day, there's people purchasing hubs. Every day that people purchase hubs, when you get to 1,000 hubs, then they're going to reduce the amount of coins being minted. So if you don't have a hub, then your amount of coins are going to be shrinking and shrinking. Well, if you're only getting 0.5, 0.8, 0.9 of a coin because you opted to do the smaller packages, when you have the ability to do at least a $14.98 to get one hub will give you multiple coins. But if you get less than that, you're going to get a fraction. Simple as that. And so just like any company in the world, when you invest in yourself and you say, I want to be part of this, and the company is going to pay me commissions based upon my investment, guess what? That's exactly how it works here. The higher the investment, the higher the return. Simple as that, right? So you may say, well, what's the difference between a 14.98 euro hub and a 29.50 euro hub? Well, the 14.98 is one master node, one hub. The 2x is two master nodes and two hubs, and so on and so on and so on. So you're basically getting 2 shares, 4 shares, 8 times the shares, 16 times the shares, all the way up to 256 times the shares in the commissions that will be coming back to you based upon tokenization projects, decentralized exchange, and all the new projects that the company is doing. That's where the coin value will go through the roof. Yes, boom, boom. That's how that works. Now, the beauty of it is when you get in the game, then you start to see the coins minted. Then you start to understand a lot better about, the coin is the asset accumulation that Rasheed was talking about. Yes, absolutely. That's your asset accumulation. You pay $14.98, you get coins for the next 20 years. Now, if they stop at 15 years because all the coins are minted, all the coins are being used in the exchange or wherever they are, guess what? You have a master node. That master node helps you to take on whatever comes next. If we take on new tokenization projects, which we already are doing, you can mint new coins from that node. Simple as that. But if you don't have a node, you're not able to do that. And the network that's being created because of the nodes will create a bigger blockchain network. So when we say the blockchain, it's not a box in a room. The blockchain is a network around the globe. And right now we have over 300,000 people that are in the business, but about 30% are actual promoters. That means about 30% actually have purchased nodes or partial nodes. The rest are probably a little smaller, right? But then there's another percentage that have purchased multiple nodes. So we don't have a breakdown of each one, but we know that there's a kind of a 69 31 or 21, 69 31, I think it was 70 29, something like about a 70-30 split on promoter versus a customer as far as that goes. And so we know that those numbers can be all over the place. But there is a certain amount of nodes and hubs that have been purchased. Right now, we're about 100,000. And the reason why I know that is in the briefing that I got, they were talking about we were at 2% reduction in the coin minting because we're over 100,000 hubs being sold. So when we get to 150,000, then it'll drop down to 1% reduction. So anyway, that's information for, training and so on and so forth. I want you to know this is where you start. I want you to know that your opportunity, your gateway to that financial security and freedom is right here. If you are serious about this time next year, looking back, saying, yes, start with your 1498 hub, period. I'm not going to sit here and be a salesman and go over why you should. And I've already given you the information. I've already told you that that's where you need to start. I've been in this thing for 4.5 months. I've went over $1 million in sales, and I don't have everybody with a hub. I have a lot of people with 100, 200, 400, whatever, and that's fine. That's okay because they'll benefit as well. But I'm thrilled to say that because of the amazing people in my organization, yes, especially out of the UK, I went over $1 million in sales. So to recap, coin supply and demand on the exchange. What does that mean? That means that we as coin holders will be paid based on supply and demand. People want certain coins, they can come to our exchange and they can actually do that particular trading. They do that trading, they say, you know what, I want to trade these water rights. Well, I already have 500 euro worth of credits or worth investment in this. Great. They did it through tokenization. It's on our platform. Guess what? They're able to exchange those water rights with Bitcoin. I'm telling you, this thing is unlimited, right? So when we talk about $100 billion, when you're talking Uniswap, and you're talking PancakeSwap, we're coming with something that those guys don't even have. So we're doing what they're doing plus 5 times. And we're doing it at a time that people are actually interested in decentralized finance, in decentralized exchanges, in Bitcoin and blockchain. We're doing it when people want it, and it's building up massively. So if you missed the bus, if you missed the boat, you already missed Bitcoin in 2009. You missed it in 2020 when it was $4,000. And it went from 4,000 to 60,000, and now it's over 60,000. Think about Ethereum, right? If you just want to talk about coins, we can talk about coins. We can talk about coins. I just did a video about coins yesterday. So we can talk coins. But at the end of the day, we're talking this program. We're talking absolute wealth building. We're talking if, oh my gosh. Anyway, you have the exchange, you're going to get 100% of everything that comes off the exchange, commission and fees, as a coin holder. We are getting that. Company has already sealed that deal. And the fees and stuff that come from utilizing the debit card and the apps and the hubs and all that good stuff, then there will be some gains from that. And the tokenization projects will help. And as you can see, the arrows are doing what? Pointing to the coin. All of that. They're not going to be like, hey, take some money here, take some money there. The coin is going to go from here to here to here because of all of that. And that's where our money is going to quadruple over the next year plus 5. Just get in the game. So you want to know, out of all of that, Rasheed, who's leading the charge? Well, Nigeria is leading the charge. That's simply put. but there's a lot of countries, obviously. These are just the top 10, but I'm sure there's, like I said, there's the number 9 might be real close to number 10. So, we don't really know. But this is what we know. India and Nigeria, yeah, it was almost like when they showed this in the presentation at the event, it was almost a gasp in the audience, like, what? I mean, I'm not surprised. It's just that what I'm surprised is there's other countries that I know are, network marketing like monsters, and they haven't even hit the charts. And that means there's so much more opportunity left out there. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. But if any country, if you know some people out there that want to challenge Vietnam, Austria, Germany, India, Nigeria for the top spot, let's get started. Milestones. So some of the things that's been going on. 2018, Erwin Doctor, the CEO of Zeniq Technology, has a conversation with his friend, basically saying, hey, I want to create the, a decentralized exchange better than anything else out there. He's like, all right, let's do it. And that's where the idea started. By April of 2021, they had a coin listed on Uniswap. By October 2021, they have the coin listed on PancakeSwap. And the first tokenization project started September of this year. And we have 2 tokenization projects that came over and jumped on the Zeniq blockchain in September, October 2021. We have the debit card that's coming later this year. We have something new that's happening called Zeniq Swap that's coming by the end of this year. And we have the activation of the decentralized exchange that's planned for mid-2022. And yes, there's a Zeniq university, actual physical, brick and mortar university that's going to be built in Dubai. That's the plan. That's the plan. We didn't hear any information about that at the event, but that's the plan from day one, that they want to create that. So more on that later. Well, I appreciate everyone kind of sticking with me throughout this piece of it. As you know, there's always that first piece, and then there's that second piece. And since we've been on for a while, I want to go ahead and dive right in. Obviously, you have the ability and you have the wherewithal to say, you know what, Rasheed, that was cool, but I really want to just do some passive income here, and I'm not interested in 10x in my income on the promoter side. So, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go get some coffee, and go down the street, maybe take a movie in, and that's cool. You can do that. Or you can say, Rasheed, let's get to making the money. Okay. 15 levels of a unilevel. 1, career bonuses, rank bonuses, all the way up to $2.5 million, 2.5 million euros, not dollars. I ain't gonna shortchange you like that. Career bonus takes you all the way up to 2.5 million euros as a one-time bonus for the work you put in. And the bonus pool, which we call the global performance profit sharing bonus pool, that will get you amazing bonuses. Yeah, nothing like I've ever seen in the industry. So yeah, address Jumeirah Lakes, Fortune Tower, office 2703. So if you want to check out Zeniq, Safir Global, then you can definitely do that. They will have operations in some of these other countries as things build. The one thing that I do know is, in a conversation with Thomas and with one of my leaders in Africa and in the Philippines, the question was asked, hey, can we open an office over here? Here's the one-line answer: produce the volume and we'll open an office. That's all we need to know. All right. If you're a network builder, or even if you're not and you want to become one, then hey, join me and I'll help you get there. But right now, if you're looking at this opportunity from a business perspective where you can help as many people as possible, then the company is going to give you 9% referral bonus for everybody you directly recommend to the business. When they make a purchase, when they make a deposit, when they purchase one of those packages I talked about, you will get 9% referral bonus. Now, you get it instantly. There's no pending. You get it instantly. Now, if that person decides that they want to go spread the word and tell a friend and tell family and so on and so forth, then you're going to get 8%. They're going to get 9%, and so on and so on and so on. So 15 levels of that fun activity goes on. Your bank account in the back office continues to expand because you're expanding the reach of the company. So yes, you do your part, the company will do their part to make sure that you're compensated for the time you put in to spread the word about this amazing blockchain-based opportunity. Now, this slide seems a little small to me. My eyes, need to adjust. So what I'll do is adjust. That looks better. All right. we have levels 1, 2, and 3. There's a 2 and a 2.5, I guess. Obviously, when you get into business, you're trying to figure it out. You're working with your sponsor. So you'll get through 1, 2, and 3 pretty easy. And you'll get a couple of bonuses there that you probably won't recognize until after you got them, because you're just working a business. Bam, no problem. So you can kind of figure that out on your own. But when you really get intentional, then Ruby, that's 10,000 in volume, 10,000 in sales. And so when you hit that 10,000 in sales, this is in euros, then, and you have 7 directs that have signed up, then you're going to get a 300 euro bonus. Now, when you get to 20,000 in sales, that's an additional 10,000, by the way, not additional 20,000, additional 10,000, then you're going to get a 600 euro bonus. Now, you're going to need 12 directs to do that. But that's okay, because when you start working this business, you start spreading the word, then you continue to build and build and build, right? You invite people, they show up for the Zoom calls, then they get this complete information, right? So 20,000 in volume will get you a 600 euro bonus. That's pretty nice for 20,000 in volume. Now you take that same volume and you move it forward again. Now, no more new people, but now you do 100,000 in volume. They're going to give you a 3,000 euro bonus. And I know that we have a few Sapphires that are online, and I haven't checked my back office yet. I checked yesterday and I didn't see if the shares had been put out there. But if somebody has some knowledge about that, then when I get to that part, then I can kind of give a more accurate assessment of how much the shares are this month. But I don't have that information right now, so I'll get into that in a few minutes. So definitely pay attention to the stars while I go through this particular piece of the information. So when you do 300,000 in volume, then they're going to give you a 9,000 euro bonus. When you do 500,000 in volume, they're going to give you 15,000 euro bonus. Now, when you hit that million in volume and sales, right, your organization, you're a leader, you're absolutely leading your charge. You're building your organization, you're helping your people, you know, get Ruby and double Ruby and Sapphire and so on and so forth. You hit that 1 million in sales, they're going to give you a 40,000 euro bonus. Yeah, it's true. It's happening today. You have double diamond, triple diamond, white diamond, double white diamond, gold diamond, and double gold diamond. We can go through all of that, or I can just let you know the numbers just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you want to make more money, then bring in more volume, and the company is happy to deposit these bonuses into your account immediately. Okay. Now you are looking at this saying, what are those little stars about? So we got 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars, well, 10 stars anyway, 20, 40, 80, and so on and so forth. So when you're looking at these stars, those stars represent shares. And so when you hit that Ruby rank, you have actually stepped into a whole nother level of the compensation plan. So when you hit that Ruby level and you get 1 star, then that 1 star means the company has taken their monthly revenue and took 10% of that. And then they look at the organization and see how many rank levels do we have, right? From Ruby to double gold diamond. And they may add the new three levels. I don't know, but hopefully they don't, because that'll just stretch it out too far. But you're going to get a portion of the revenue generated as a profit share. So as a Ruby all the way to double gold diamond, if the profit share is 250 euros, and that's the number we normally use, 250 euros, then you're going to get 250 euros as a Ruby. You already got 300 euros when you first hit your career bonus. Now you hit the global profit sharing, they're going to give you 250 in addition to that. Now, as a double Ruby, you're going to get twice as many profit shares. That's going to give you 500 euros. When you hit Sapphire, if you're at 25, 250, then you're going to get 2,500 euro as your profit share. When you hit the diamond, right? You hit the diamond, you got 80 shares times 250. You take that and you get 20,000 in euros. Now, these are additional bonuses. You already got 40,000 euro bonus as a diamond when you first hit it. Now your profit share of that is 20,000 euros as well. And by the way, they give you the profit share bonus for 6 months straight. So every month for 6 months, you're going to get, as a diamond, you're going to get 20,000 euros no matter what happens. if you do the business or don't do the business. If you sit there and sleep for 6 months, you're going to get your 20,000 euros every single month. Now, let me give you the caveat to that. If you don't produce that amount of volume over X amount of time, month, 2 months, 6 months, whatever that is, right? And I'll get into that a little more at the training and stuff like this, then you'll get whatever amount of volume you put in. So if your organization does 500,000 in month 3 of your 6 months of getting that diamond, a bonus, then you're going to get the equivalent of the 500,000, which would be Black Sapphire. So instead of getting 80 shares, you'll get 40 shares because the volume was commensurate with 40 shares, right? So that's how that works. But if you are a double gold diamond, you're going to get 500 shares of that 250 for 6 months straight. Can you imagine? In the rank, the career bonus, as a double gold diamond, you get 2.5 million euro as a bonus. Then on top of that, you're going to get another 500 shares of the 250 or more or less, right? That's the average. It could be 150. It could be 300. But the average right now is about 250 a month. And that's what you're getting as the profit sharing goes forward. Some people have asked me about the profit share. When it was 263, somebody said, shouldn't it be 300? No, it shouldn't. It should be, they take the revenue for the month and they look at how many rank positions you have, and then they divide that into the amount that is given every single month. So that number can change. And the more ranks means the less amount of revenue split, unless there's a whole lot more revenue with the growth of the company. So a lot of us know that there are many people out there that sign up and do not purchase a hub or do not make a purchase right off the bat. Well, that factors in. Think about that for a second. If everybody paid into the system when they signed up, then that revenue would be equivalent to the growth of the company and the growth of the ranks. Since that's not the case, let's say you got 50% that actually pay. So even though the numbers are over 300,000, everybody's not paid into the system. Therefore, the revenue that's generated from all the projects and things like that, and then when you factor in the additional payments from members and so on and so forth, that number is not as big as it should be, right? So we could easily go from 300 euros in June per share to 150 euros in November or October. But you would think, the volume's much bigger. But so don't get caught up in that. Like I said, people have literally come at me with, well, I told my team that you should get 300 euros per month, and I'm like, but how do you know that? It's not true. He said, well, and that's what it's supposed to be. The number they said was 150 or 260. It's whatever that number is at that time. So you can't. There's no one number. So please don't tell people that they're going to get 300 euros per month just because last month that was the profit share. So, but that has happened, and people got a little disturbed because they gave them a number that wasn't true. All right. So anyway, just want y'all to know that at the end of the day, if you have paid attention to the marketing and the compensation plan, you know that this is an absolute rocket ship and it is in orbit. It ain't taken off. It has taken off. And if you want to get on, get on, but be serious about it. Be intentional. Know where you want to be 6 months from now. If I want to be diamond 6 months from now, if I want to be diamond 3 months from now, let your sponsor know, right? Get with me, whatever you need to do. Let's make that happen, right? Because I don't want you, look, I know the pains and the struggles. I know what it's been like, for the last year plus. I get it. So I don't want people to suffer. I don't want people to have to go back and have that same bad, negative, horrible feeling of not being successful. This opportunity is wide open for everybody to succeed. Absolutely amazing. And yes, I know this has been about an hour and some change, So I appreciate your time. If you want to, stay for a few minutes, I'm going to go through some of the updates that we got from the event. And I won't go through everything, but I want to hit some of those highlights to explain a little bit more on some of the things that I brought up. If you have the time, if you want to engage and check out some of that, then you're welcome to stay for that information that I will be presenting in about 2 or 3 minutes. All right. So to close out this part of the comp plan, this was presented at the event since we had one person that literally capped out, completed the whole comp plan in 5 months or 6 months. They created 3 new positions, and I saw this coming from day one. Star Diamond, Double Star Diamond, and Triple Star Diamond. So these are 3 new positions that have been created because somebody maxed out the original comp plan in 6 months. And that's man, when you see how powerful the plan is, if you're a networker and you see that, you can always reflect on, oh my gosh, like I've seen comp plans, but I ain't never seen nothing as powerful as this. These guys are not scared of paying you, one, instantly, not just on time, not in real time, in absolute instantly you get paid. I mean, that's phenomenal. And if you use Litecoin like me, man, you can't even sit still most of the time when you do a withdrawal. So it's just fascinating that these guys have thought of it. They have given it to us, and all we need to do is go to work. If you want to get paid, this is the place to be. If you want to reach out and help people that you know have been burned, have been through some hard times with some other, crazy platforms out there, believe me, reach out to them, implore them, and say, get on this right now, because this one is for real. Like you can be comfortable. You can take this home to mom. This is a place that you can literally call home for your marketing efforts, for your financial security and freedom, and the future of any business that you want to engage in. I believe this is the right one for us all. Hey, reach for the stars, pass the moon, go in orbit, whatever you need to do. This is the opportunity right here. And when you go beyond all of that, there is the Safir Raw Diamond Circle by invitation only. So they have definitely thought of everything that you need. If you believe that you can raise your game and hit the top, gold, double gold diamond, they have given an opportunity so you can be invited into an exclusive circle to get access to things that money can't buy. So it's only up to me and you to get into this circle and let us regain control of our finances. Well, I thank you all. And that's my presentation.
Well, thank you, Coach Hill. Once again, you blew my socks off. Because every time you give the presentation, I focus on something else. So when you asked about the revenue and how much your pot had generated for, splitting up the money or whatever, I said, well, let me go in my back office while he's talking to see if I can find it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I got stuck because I can give myself a promotion today, and I didn't realize that, because I don't necessarily look at it. I don't look at my back office every day.
Right.
So I happen to look at it. I got the proper direct lines, and I am $2 from the volume.
Oh,
I think I can do that myself. I think I can do the $2 volume. So I'm gonna give myself a promotion right after this. So, having said that, I was surprised. I said, I went to my back office and said, oh, look at the tokens and look a little bit more compensation money. Because these folks, you heard at the beginning, Coach Hill said, we ain't here for passive. We want the active aggressive. Let's go get it.
Let's go get it.
So, in other words, you got people in your group that you will recruit that will do it on its own. You don't have to babysit them. And some of them, you got to walk through it. You got to hold them by the hand. So you're going to have one extreme to the other. So, and you just going to do like I did, look up and go, oh, look at that. There's more stuff in there. There's more money, more tokens. tokens. So I'm a little excited right now. I don't know if y'all can tell in the promotion. So I'm happy to see that. But again, he gave y'all a presentation, phenomenal presentation. Even if you didn't understand it, all of it, I'm sure y'all got the gist of it. Or, and get with the person that invited you down. And if they can't explain, you know what? He gives the presentation again. Look, I'll come next week. I come on this call every week. Do I have to? No, he doesn't force me to. But like I said, I learn each time I come. I'm better at my presentation, better at my answers. He had the upline Sam on, answering some of the questions. So you come every week. And having said that, I missed out on my friend Reverend Sam from North Carolina. Hello. And to KB Joe from New Jersey. Hello. And because y'all put in the chat where y'all from. So New Jersey rocking it out with New York. We so great. We all start with the word new. So for those of you, I'm telling everyone, every time you get on a call on Saturday, you should have 2 to 3 people with you.
Yeah.
We want your business to grow, flourish. We want the whole sort of benefit of the whole team. We can all help each other. Coach Hill knows how to maneuver and manipulate. So if y'all just give him the people, let him work with them, you tell him you're serious. Look, coach, I want to get to, I don't know how many stars and diamonds they're going to finish putting on this map. So I want to get to the auxilian diamonds, gold stars, white diamonds, whatever. He will help you get there. Why? He's achieved some of those steps himself. So can we follow the leader? So I'm saying to everybody, and each week I pretend like I'm starting all over again. That's a game I play with myself. So I pretend like I'm starting over again. Who am I going to talk to this week? Who am I going to get on this line to promote? Yeah, well, I got invited to, they didn't show up. Okay, next, got to keep it moving. I can't sit there with a sourpuss face and go, oh Lord, I can't, oh Lord. No, I ain't got time for that. Keep it moving. Some people just want to argue with you. They come up with ridiculous questions. I can't, well, this take too long. Was this a long-term thing? Okay, you put your money in the bank, you ain't even got 1%. Get out my face. I'll keep it moving. So I've been in multi-level marketing and I've heard some of the extreme excuses. Ladies and gentlemen, go forward, keep moving. Don't beg. You're gonna have to always drag those people, find people that need an opportunity. And for those of you who have enough, give a gift to somebody else. Look, I tell you, I said to a guy, he owes me $200. I said, you know what? He said, what? I'm gonna show you how you can pay me $200 and make money for your family at the same time.
There you go.
And look, the opportunity. Look, I even talked to a guy. You know where he is, and he's starting with a little $100 euro. He's in prison. But he sees there's a way he needs to make changes for his wealth, health, and family.
Yeah.
And he can't do it where he is behind bars. So he needs a system to work for him, and he's in prison.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, it can be done. It's going to take a little bit of work, but it can be done. Absolutely. So thank you again, Coach Rasheed Hill. Talk to the people.
No, that's awesome. Hey, look, you said it all right there. That's amazing. But that's a testimony to dedication and commitment. You see this opportunity for what it is, and it's amazing. Like I said, we've been riding for a long time, and things come and go. But this one right here is just coming and coming and coming. And we like I said, we hadn't even, this rocket ship is blasting off, and we're the ones having to catch up with the rocket ship. Because a lot of us see an opportunity, and some people in their minds, they can't believe it's that good. They can't believe that opportunity is really presenting itself at the level it is, right? And when I first saw this opportunity, I was like, man, okay, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure that out. And I was a little, just like, give me a couple of days. So I really got introduced in June, like June 2nd, but I didn't really, figure it out until about the 14th, 15th of June. And that's when I, made my first video. but I wanted to, and I don't know if you guys, you know, don't know a lot about kind of how I do what I do, but my whole goal is to know the information, right? And if I can only give you 3 steps, like 3 tips right here, right now, is there are 3 things I believe are critical, absolutely critical to the success of attracting people to your business. There's 1, know the information, right? You cannot get people to sign up, show up, or even think about your business because you're giving them the wrong information. And I'm gonna tell you, in this day and time, you cannot afford to give somebody the wrong information. You know how in the past the statement of you can't oh my gosh, you can't give the right person the wrong information, or you can't give the wrong person the right information, or something like that. Well, guess what? But the reaction is going to be a little different this time around because they have so much access to information. So if you say something, you know what they're going to do? Google it. If you were in Dubai, one of the trainings, and I really got to do this for my folks. One of the training tips that they gave us, they was like, you have to be careful with what you tell people in that initial conversation, because the access to information is so fast nowadays that you don't have a chance to come back and clarify whatever you said, right? You may not intentionally give them anything wrong, but if you say the name, Safir, or even if you say Zeniq, right? There's a multitude of people out there that don't have a clue who that is, so they're going to Google it. There's a multitude of people that think every single network marketing, MLM, cryptocurrency, if you say crypto, you're probably losing half the people in the world. Not because they understand, it's because they don't understand. So when you have people that don't understand, or you have people that lost a lot of money in these different platforms, or you have people that's watching CNBC or Bloomberg, or one of the guys on TV that shows, I told you Bitcoin was going to go from 60,000 down to 30,000. See, it's a scam. It's not working. People are going to hear that as cryptocurrency. So if you say, I have a crypto business that I have, where you can stack crypto, you can build your Bitcoin, you're going to have a slew of people that don't understand how to listen after that statement, right? So know the information. That's your first tip. Know your information, right? Know how to present the information in order not to lose the person in the first 2 or 3 seconds. That's the first thing. The second thing you want to make sure of is how you present the information. Are you excited or are you not excited? If you're serious about it, be excited with your seriousness. You got to be light. You got to be light, because most people are struggling. Most people are in a place where they need money, but they're not going to act like they need money. So if you come to them too serious, then they're going to feel like you're just basically bringing them down. They want to go somewhere that's happy. They want to go somewhere that's exciting. They want to go somewhere that you can take them and they really, really, really can stop thinking about the pain and feel some pleasure. Talk to them about how to solve the problem. And you don't have to say that. You just have to have the energy and the excitement about what you're doing and presenting. That's the second thing. The third thing is you got to have a platform. What are you going to use to present that information, right? You don't have to come on YouTube. You don't have to come on Zoom. You don't have to do any of this. Or you're going to be face-to-face, or you're going to be on a 3-way call. Whatever it is, be very good at it. Whatever that platform is, be very good at it, right? Present yourself in the best way. That's literally like my thing, right? Very critical of the information. I get it. The company, and you're going to see some of this in a few minutes, the company has created a fake news module that's going to be part of the program that addresses these things. Who else does that? Like, what other company out there that if you've been on my Telegram chat, I have a separate chat room that talks about passive income professionals, multiple streams team. In there, I went down a list of trading platforms, right, that most people know about, and some you may not know about, but I continually review what's out there because I can't find anything as good as the Safir Global and Zeniq Technologies program. I can't, because I review to see what else is out there, just to say, oh, okay, this is decent. If somebody asks me, I'm like, yeah, that's a good program. That's cool. But at the end of the day, I'm still so committed to this program because there's still nothing else that compares. because I actually review the programs just to make sure that I know what's out there. Because I don't want to say we're the only ones doing XYZ, but then there's somebody else out there doing it and somebody going to call me out on that. And I can't take that. Right. So I'm about the information, I'm about the data. I'm about being honest, transparent, and knowing my content backwards and forwards. So anyway, boom, let's roll.
Yes.
Okay.
And
All right.
I don't have any extra questions and that's written down. So if anyone has any questions, use the hand raised feature so we can kind of go in order if anyone has any questions. But one other thing I wanted to bring out I thought was interesting in the back office.
Okay.
How they put this in the back office. There's a quote. It says, "A year from now, you will wish you had started today." And that's what people that's already going to sit there. So in other words, they telling you get cracking because it's on.